What is the history of Lionel Trains? Have you ever wondered how Lionel Trains became a staple of childhood in America? The story begins in the early 1900s when Lionel was founded. It quickly gained popularity, especially during the 1950s, a golden age for toy trains. Initially, these trains were powered by wet cell batteries. However, soon after, Lionel switched to safer and more efficient 100-volt electric transformers. This change made the trains more reliable and powerful, allowing Lionel to dominate the toy train market. By the late 1940s and into the 1950s, Lionel reached its peak. The company produced iconic models like the Pennsylvania GG1 electric engine. This engine had working pantographs that drew power from overhead lines. Another favorite was the Santa Fe F3 diesel locomotive, introduced in 1948. It became Lionel's best-selling model ever. The introduction of the 275-watt ZW transformer around this time was a game-changer. It could run up to 4 trains at once, thrilling many young train enthusiasts. In 1950, to celebrate its 50th anniversary, Lionel introduced Magne-Traction. This system used magnets in the locomotive wheels to improve traction on steel tracks. This innovation allowed trains to pull longer strings of cars and tackle steeper grades. That same year, Lionel released new models like the 773-scale Hudson and the FA diesel locomotive. These models showcased a move toward more realistic and detailed designs. The early 1950s were truly Lionel's golden days. The company enjoyed record profits and produced stunning catalogs filled with a wide range of products. Lionel Trains were more than just toys, they became a cultural phenomenon. They even inspired their own television show. Lionel expanded its offerings with various freight cars, including gondola cars, searchlight cars, and cattle cars. Many of these reflected the era's interests, such as space, age, and Cold War themes. However, the 1950s also brought challenges. The rise of television and other entertainment options began to shift children's attention away from toy trains. Real railroads were also declining due to increased automobile and airline travel. Despite this, Lionel continued to innovate. They introduced trains with smoke effects created by heating elements in the smokestacks. They also launched pastel-colored sets like the Lady Lionel train set. By the mid to late 1950s, Lionel faced declining sales. Space and military-themed toys, along with slot car racing sets, gained popularity. The company tried to adapt by producing themed train sets and launching an whole-scale line. This smaller and more detailed line appealed to hobbyists with limited space. Still, the O-gauge trains that defined Lionel's success remained their core product. The decade closed with Lionel still a household name, but it was no longer the dominant force it had once been. In 1959, the original founders, Joshua Lionel Cowan and his son Lawrence, sold their interests, marking the end of an era. Today, Lionel Trains from the 1950s are cherished collectibles. They symbolize a nostalgic time when toy trains were central to childhood play and imagination. In the context of 1950s nostalgia, Lionel Trains capture the spirit of post-war America, a time filled with optimism, technological progress, and family bonding. The Lionel operating boxcar and detailed accessories from that era evoke memories of a simpler time when children and parents shared the joy of building and running elaborate train layouts.